Hey, what's up YouTube? Groth here yet again. I am updating my Conduit Trickster yet again. This is the second update. This is the character I least started with, and I wanted to talk about in this update how the character went, like how the bosses went, what I learned from playing the character, and all that good stuff. Now I know you guys have been waiting for a couple days for this update, and I'm sorry for that. In the future, I'll try to be a little faster. Yeah, let's get started. Thunderfist. Originally, I thought this build would not require Thunderfist as much as it does. So let me be clear. It can clear everything without Thunderfist, but Thunderfist easily double the single target, and they make the shocks on bosses a lot more consistent. It also has the added benefit of making Orb of Storms a lot more viable in a 6-link, and allows nice clearing supports like Chain, Increased AoE, LE Prolif, things of that nature. So in general, Lightning Conduit is more DPS in the Thunderfist than it is in a normal 6-link. But if you have Awakened gems, it becomes better to put it in the 6-link again. So for example, if you have Awakened Lightning Pin, Awakened Ion Lightning, and Awakened LE Focus, you'll have more damage in the 6-link. Otherwise, just put it in the 5-link with the Thunderfist. Speaking of Awakened Lightning Pin, you really want Awakened Lightning Pin because it helps quite a lot if you drop Wave Conviction to use the Vertex setup. You don't have to drop Wave for that. You can drop Increased AoE off of Frost Shield. Because normally running Frost Shield, Increased AoE. You can just drop that for Wave and run it 3-link. But yeah, you do have a little bit of gem pressure, so Awakened Lightning Pin helps a little bit with that. It's also a lot nicer to not have to use Wave, because Wave is annoying to use. Monsters will like go behind you, and you like miss the wave, and you have to cast it again. It's just a little irritating. So Awakened Lightning Pin would be my first choice of Awakened Gem. If I was in Trade League and I was buying one, I would buy Awakened Lightning Pin. Arctic Armor versus Crab. So originally in my first PUB and my first update, I was planning on getting Crab the entire league. In the meantime, I ended up using Arctic Armor as a replacement. But as I played the league, Arctic Armor was honestly like quite a lot better than I thought it would be. And I never actually found the Crab, so I just kept using Arctic Armor. This had a nice side effect of allowing me to drop one step ahead. And I'll talk about that in a bit. Basically, I dropped one step ahead. Arctic Armor is just a lot better than I thought it would be. Now, you can actually run both of them if you want. You have to grab Sovereignty, but I feel like it was a bit overkill, and I think you can go with one or the other. But I thought Arctic Armor was quite nice with this character. Because basically, anytime you're casting, you're standing still, and yeah, it's just pretty nice. One step ahead versus Soul Drinker. There's actually quite a few options for Trickster, and they're all pretty viable. So for example, you can play with Swift Killer and get a Frenzy Charge and plus a chest plus Accumulator Wand. That's completely fine as well. That's probably the most damage. And Frenzy Charge is nice. Like you run really fast, cast fast, do more damage. One step ahead gives you immunity to all those annoying action speed slows like Temp Chains, Freeze, Chill. However, it's pretty easy to fix those endgame, at least Chill and Freeze. You just get Chill immunity on boots and you get Arctic Armor or Branking. In the end, I decided Soul Drinker was actually worth it. Even without any investment into Leech at all, we have about 800 to 900 ES Leech. This also synergizes quite well with Spellbreaker by keeping us at full ES a lot more often. So we'll have the 10% suppression, or like more suppression amount, a lot more often. So that's what I would say about the Ascendancy nodes. I ended up going Soul Drinker and dropping one step ahead. Crit versus non-crit. So I've been asked this question a lot. I end up saying non-crit. This is for a few reasons. First off, it's quite hard to gear for crit and SSF. And with crit, you also want to have more damage nodes, and you drop more defense nodes, which is fine. I mean, is what it is. Crit requires a few more points on the tree. But that's the main reason I decided to say non-crit, because I felt like my damage was good enough, and I just wanted to be tankier. However, with access to Trade League and Awakened Gems, and really good crit gear, and a little less defense on the tree, crit is substantially more damage. It is probably a couple million more. Like, I think our endgame PUB had like 4 to 5 million non-crit, and you can get up to like 8 million with crit. So crit's more damage. Why not CI? This question has been asked a ton. CI is just not worth it. The only real benefit is not needing Chaos Res. However, you end up losing all of the life you have, which is around 3,000 on my character, for around like 400 to 500 extra ES. So you are effectively a lot squishier. The only way I see CI being worth it is if you decide to go crit and want more damage, so you don't have to take any life nodes. However, most of the nodes we're taking are life hybrid nodes already. I just wouldn't recommend going CI. Low life with Petrified Blood, or in softcore, low life with just reserving an aura like Arctic Armor and running Pain Attunement. This might be the way to go if you want more damage. I think you'll likely die to chaos damage at some point, but honestly, I personally never take any damage from chaos damage with my setup, which I'll talk about in a second. So if you want to go more damage, I can see a build in softcore where you just go low life without shavs. Like I would say, use Presence of Chila, get cap chaos res, and the ES bypass mastery, and you should honestly like almost never die to chaos damage. Speaking of chaos damage is pretty much a non-issue for this character. Like I talked about before, there's an evasion ES mastery that gives you 30% of chaos damage, doesn't bypass ES. And as long as you have good chaos res, like around 20 to 30 positive chaos res, you should pretty much never die to chaos damage. The only thing you have to worry about really is extra chaos from Exarch altars, I would say. I also take the Alakali Pantheon for more chaos res against dots, because chaos dots are probably the scariest like type of chaos damage, and you can easily cap your chaos res against that. So why do we like Trickster in the end? And why not Inquisitor or Elementalist? Trickster is insanely tanky. I'm going to showcase a couple bosses where I'm just face tanking Shaper Balls, Exarch Ball Phase, Shaper Slam. I'm pretty much tanked every mechanic just because I could, and I wanted to see if I could do it. That's how tanky Trickster is. I don't even think Inquisitor comes close in terms of being able to tank stuff like this. Inquisitor has insane recovery, but it just doesn't have the pull to tank as much as Trickster does, even without any armor at all. Mapping is quite insane as well. As long as you're killing monsters, this build is pretty much unkillable. I did up to T14 difficulty in the lake with Harbingers even, and I mean I was taking a lot of damage, but I never died. Obviously I'm playing a stuff hardcore. I would say Harbingers, you should stay away from Harbingers though, they're pretty scary. The downside, however, and there is a downside, admittedly it's a lot bigger than I thought it was, you don't really have good damage on bosses without Thunderfist. I think you pretty much want Thunderfist, especially in Trade League. It's the most important item for this character. I talked about it at the start, but I want to emphasize you probably want Thunderfist. I played the character to level 96 and it was fine, but it was so much better with Thunderfist that I just have to emphasize you want Thunderfist. Now, for the clearing skill, I tried out a couple things, but I just think Orbit Storms is the best still. The main downside for Orbit Storms is you have to pretty much stand in melee range and tank stuff. But Trickster is pretty good at doing that, so I don't think it's that bad. Also, I got a Wormhole Jewel. The Wormhole Jewel I got was Acrobatics, and pretty funny actually. I think it's one of the best ones I could have gotten. And I found it in SSF, but it basically gives you chain range and suppression. This let me change my mastery on my amulet to Ash, Frost, and Storm. I think Tranquility is also a good option, but yeah. I'm still cast suppression with the mesh without the anoint, I mean. And Trickshot chain range actually helps quite a bit for clearing. So I ended up running chain, increase AoE, and LA Prolif in my 6-link just for like some nice clear with Orbit Storms. It's pretty insane, honestly. This character is quite a good mapper. I click when I talk about stun immunity. So a lot of people were worried about stuns in this character, and rightfully so. As I got more gear, I actually got less and less HP, which caused me to get stunned more and more. Now the way you fix that, you can do it on the tree alone, is by grabbing Arcane Sanctuary, which is okay because you grab the Mastery, and you can grab Tolerance with the Mastery. This gives you stun immunity for basically 5 points, as long as you're not counting these as points, but they're basically damage points, so it's not that big of a deal. I ended up dropping a couple things on the tree. Once I got Soul Drinker, I dropped Essence Surge. Normally, like I would say you want Essence Surge early on, but I felt like it was not necessary with Soul Drinker, so I dropped that. And yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I changed with the tree, I believe. I would suggest eventually dropping one of Evil. And we talked about the Wormhole Jewel and the stuff over here. That was about it with the tree. Scourge, Brittle Ground, or Sapped Ground. Now, I think you want one of these on your Brute Implicit. You scale Element Effect already, and they're all really good. I personally would recommend getting Scorch Ground, because I think it works for crit and non-crit. And I think it's just the best overall. Sapped Ground will make you tankier, but this character is already quite tanky, so yeah. And that about covers it. I will link the PUBs in the description below. I made a bunch of notes and everything. It pretty much talks about everything I'm talking about in this video here. And I added a crit and non-crit trees and the gear sets and gym sets. So if you want to look at that, you have to switch them all to crit or non-crit. Otherwise, you won't see the setup properly. Thought I'd mention that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm still enjoying the league. There might be another video on this character. I'm not sure yet. If I decide to go crit and do Ubers, that'll be that. Anyways, thanks for watching, chat, and I'll see you guys next time.